see how far I can throw this. Bets are it can reach Kenya, right? But you guys can't see it, but I think it has landed in some guy's home in Kenya.
I'd rather go too far than not far enough. The only reward that you get for taking it easy is the fact that in the moment, it's easier.
Push it to the limit. Walk along the razor's edge. But don't look down, just keep your head or you'll be finished. Open up the limit. Past the point of no return. Reach the top, but still you gotta learn how to keep it. Hit the wheel and double the stakes. Throttle wide open like a bat out of hell. You crash the gates. Crash the gates. Going for the back of beyond. Nothing gonna stop you. There's nothing that strong. So close now, you're nearly at the brink. So push it. Ooh, yeah.
But if you want results and then you basically just catch yourself slacking off and don't do anything about it, then it kind of sounds like you don't really want those results.
Welcome to the limit. Take it maybe one step more. Power game still playing, so you better win it.
The groundwork of gains, as complicated as people make it, it's really as simple as diet, training, recovery. And with the training too, it really turns me off when guys are having such huge back and forth like video arguments and reps in reserve and different training styles. You know the training style is going to be the best results, the one that you go the hardest with. You can take two guys and give them completely different workouts for 3 months. You know who's going to make the freaking most results? The dude who just trained the hardest. So all that's to say is, I wouldn't stress it so much. Should I do a 10-second meso-rev-eccentric triple drop step, or pick a weight, go hard, get amped up just with that kind of opening theme songs, get a pump and go home, man.
Okay, so it's basically like 3 phases in bodybuilding. There's a cut, there's bulking, and there's maintenance. They all lie on like a 3-point kind of scale, with cut and bulk being like the extremes, and the median point is like maintenance, right? So cutting basically just involves, like the way you hear it, literally just try to strip all kinds of fat, or at least most of the fat from your body, like try and create like that kind of leaner, David Lade kind of physique. Then bulking, on the other hand, is like trying to gain more weight. So just literally polar opposites. So the things you do in a bulk are just the opposite of what you do in a cut. So right now what I'm trying to do is cutting. I've been on two more realistic cutting phases. The first phase was when I just started lifting and gym and everything, and like health and fitness. That was like in 2020, when I was like a fat kid, and then I was just trying to do each and everything so as to lose weight. So I was moving more, I was eating way less than I should. I was eating like once a day. I was having 0 cheat meals, or like at least one every like month. And then the second phase was last year, between this same period, like April until like June, July. So I was just trying to like, I had just been on like kind of like a bulk, but not like really seriously. I was just trying to lean down a bit because I had gone a bit overboard on the weight scale. So the way I approached the first cut was just really going too extreme, like just cutting everything completely off. And last year I was just trying more of to do not as aggressive, but like more. I was looking for something more sustainable. So like if I could eat somewhat like really low carb and then high protein meals like during the week, so Monday to Friday, and then during the weekend I could allow myself like a comfort meal, like a cheat meal. And mind you, the cheat meals were just like adding bread to my breakfast, because like breakfast was just like eggs and like a protein shake or like oats. So, and okay, oats are kind of carbs. Okay, they have, I think, more fiber. So like it was during the week, I was just going really extreme, and then like on the weekend, I give myself a breather, and then I go again the next week. Did that for 3 months, like June, July, and I was able to lose about, I think, 10 kgs because I started a card when I was about 92 kgs, and I went down to a 80, 79, and then again I lost a couple more 5 kgs. So it was like a 13 kg, 14 kg loss during that time. Now this time round, I started my weight off at 80 kgs, around 80, 81. I'm planning to go down to like 75 kgs, right? First of all, my main goal is not really like the weight thing. The weight is just like a byproduct of the things that I'll be doing. But like I'm not really trying to chase like numbers on the scale. It's more of the look, like the way the physique is going to look. So my plan is to basically try to bring out my abdominal muscles more. I know it sounds a bit like one shallow, but no, it's like just I think a mantra that I wanted. I always follow is like. I wouldn't want to grow old without seeing like how healthy and how physically aesthetic my physique could actually look. Like I don't want to look back and be like, I had all this time to create the kind of physique that I really wanted and really to test the limits, and I didn't actually utilize it. So that's the point. And I think the way that I'm going by it is just 2 ways: diet and training. For diet, it's just basically eating in a caloric deficit. So it's not like I'm paying too much attention to just the calories. It's like the calories and then what goes into the calories. So I think my maintenance is about 2,700. Now I'm trying to strip that off to like 1,500 calories per day to be in a deficit. So what does that mean? That would mean like the kind of protein I'm eating, I'm just making sure it's not stuff that's going to make my insulin spike. I'm just sticking to really organic stuff. Carbs, little or no carbs at all, so no rice, nor anything, nothing refined, nor cereals or things like that. Anything that I know is bad for me, like bad for my insulin, bad for my weight or whatever. Like completely remove that, just to put my body in that state where it's like peaking. If it wants to burn energy for fuel or whatever, it's just speaking from the fat that's within my body and not the food through carbs. So protein shakes, like nothing really drastic. I think I'll do like a meal prep kind of video where I pretend to know how to cook, and yeah, that's basically dieting for me. And then making sure I'm intermittent fasting, so I eat like within an 8-hour window and then fast for 16 hours. Yeah, that's basically what I'm following for that. Then when it comes to training, not doing anything different from what I was doing like previously while I was maintaining my weight. After the cut last year, I went into maintenance. So I'm still focusing on progressive overload, because I think that the thing that really makes muscle stay, because the biggest fight when you're in a cut is how am I going to maintain my muscle while also losing weight. Like it's a very slippery slope, so you have to make sure that you're training the same way that you were training before, so that you can kind of try to maintain that muscle mass, because you can't run away from losing muscle when you're in a cut. I think that's something that just comes with when you're eating like way less carbs than you're supposed to, or like just doing more cardio, or like really just stripping a lot of weight off your body. It has to go with that bit of muscle. But as long as what has worked for me, of course, most of the things that I talk about are kind of more idiosyncratic to my body and the way, like my kind of experience in the gym and the kitchen. So still making sure I'm training the same way, lifting heavy, still trying to grow my muscles the same way I've been doing ever since. And the thing with cutting is that like your strength will really get depleted, but like you just have to combat that by still try and push yourself and realize that your strength is not going to be the same because you have like way less fuel in your body, but still try to push it there each and every time you're in the gym. And yeah, I think that's basically what I'm following. Nothing too drastic, nothing too complex. yeah, and it's just my experience is what has taught me how exactly to go about these kinds of phases. And luckily, I'm doing it with a friend of mine, so it's like way easier when you know that you're not doing it alone. So I think that's something I would recommend. I wasn't usually one to like have this kind of buddy system when I'm in the gym or whatever, but like now it's a bit more drastic because I'm not like trying to take any kinds of cheat meals, no sugar, no anything, no chocolate fudge cakes, which hurts my soul so much. Yeah, until July. So about 3 months. See how it goes. Yeah, but basically that's what I do, and I want to create this series so as to like document like how I think through certain things, such that I can have like a reference point in the future when I would want to cut again. So the next ones might be like I might go into a kitchen, show how I prep my meals sometimes. I'm not meal prepping all the time, but like some days but last year I was really meal prepping all the time, counting calories, counting each and everything, all the kind of minute details that go into my food, my protein, everything, macronutrients, all those things I was counting. But this time around it's just like I'm already removing all kinds of sugar and all that. Like it's already as hard as it is. So like I now counting those small calories and grams of protein. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it to that extent. I might next week. Like don't go by. I might wake up next week and I'm like feeling weird and I'm like, let me now start counting. But nothing too crazy. That's basically what we're following. Thanks for watching.
It's not as easy as it looks.
That's exactly what the king said.